Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 9 of Civilization 6 as England. We are attempting to get a cultural or tourism victory in this playthrough. I must admit I will be glad when the retail version comes out. I'm very much hoping that the difficulty is more of a challenge. The press version that myself and everybody else has is limited to prints, and even for prints it seems quite easy. And I think one of the first things I might do when I get the retail version is play another game on prints just to see how much it has changed, if any. And I assume it will have, because I think that in general, AI balancing and tweaking tends to get done right towards the end of production once all of the other mechanics are completely locked down. But I've already played and beaten 3 games of Civilization 6 on this difficulty, and that's not to mention a couple of other games that I've got sort of in progress that are going equally as well. I think half of the issue comes from the fact that the AI civilizations aren't aggressive enough. They occasionally declare wars, but do very, very little to follow up on those, and most of the time the AI doesn't even bother to build additional units or upgrade units. I've seen a couple of games now where I've been in the modern era attacking with infantry and tanks and machine guns, and the AI's still been rocking around with spearmen and warriors and catapults, so I think they really need to sort that out. Anyway, with the current state of this game, we are at war with Greece. Now, I did say I wanted to win this game without constantly going to war, and that is still the case. I want to avoid it as much as possible. However, I did get forward settled by Greece, so I want to take Knossos from them. We've already taken Phasalos away from them. And we've had a few rebellion problems down here in Kyoto, which we are still trying to deal with. We've still got a knight down there. But once we've dealt with Knossos, we'll get out of these wars, and we'll do our best to try and sort out our amenity problems, because Kyoto definitely has some of those. So the important thing for us right now is what this knight is going to do. We are going to be attacked by Knossos, but I'm not particularly worried about that. I don't think he's got enough firepower in there to really do anything. Still haven't managed to work out what the deal was with this second Japanese city that just disappeared. Somebody did suggest it may well have been one of my city-state allies that captured it and raised it. That is entirely possible, but as I did not see, I cannot confirm. And this version of the game doesn't have any sort of combat or event log, so I just do not know at all. So we'll use the crossbow to finish that off. Okay, now we've got rid of the barbarians. With the barbarians gone, it's now time to actually start trying to throw some damage in at Knossos. We're not going to do as much as we'd like to do, simply because we've got only one catapult up there. But we are going to try and move around with some of these other units. You're going to take a really long time getting in there, unfortunately, which is not a good thing. We will need a melee unit up there to capture, of course. Now, you've got a melee unit, you've got the most promotions. You can probably get there the fastest, if I'm honest. It will take you a while, but once you get onto Kyoto, you can use the roads. We'll move you guys up. You guys can move into my territory and fortify. We've got a production to choose in Newcastle, because we've just finished the walls. Now, we were unfortunate that we weren't able to get our own religion. But, I mean, we could still try and get some faith buildings. I'm just not sure that they're going to be all that useful. We've plenty of other tiles that we can upgrade. We can get a spy. So we can get another trade route. Let's get another trader first, and then we'll start working on a spy somewhere. And then I think what we want to do is try and get some more builders out so that we can improve a few more tiles. You want to peace out. I'm going to refuse that deal because I definitely want that city. That was the whole point of going to war in the first place. Now, yeah, my catapults are taking a bit of a battering. Not too sure what was going on down there. There was a few sound effects going on. Let's move in with you so that you guys can move in there. Unfortunately, that... well, you can still take a shot, actually. Should have fired with the catapult first and got the defences right down, to be honest. That was poor play on my part. I think I'll risk taking one more shot with this catapult before moving. I'm not too fussed if I actually lose these 2 catapults. I mean, I don't really need them on this difficulty. And that's another thing that goes with... oh, you've got a promotion. That's another thing that goes with some of the things people have been saying who have been watching people play in the press build. I've seen a lot of people complaining that we are not min-maxing. And first of all, you've got to remember, you don't always need to min-max to win in Civilization games. it becomes more required in high difficulty levels, but certainly not at the lower difficulties. And, you know, we're playing on Prince, and we're still learning the game. There really is no reason for us to have to min-max every individual little detail, but I'm sure as we actually play more and become... I'm sure as we actually play more and become more and more familiar with the game and the difficulty gets higher, we will start to do that. So, I'm no longer Toronto's suzerain, am I? I think you'll find that I am now. We need you guys on side. So we are on another turn. We do have a promotion. That is for this catapult. Tempting to take it, actually. Because that'll give it all of its health back. But I don't think that we will. I think we'll just take the shot. Do our best here to try and get some of these defences down. You can move on to this tile. And we're not going to pillage our own caravan. But at least you can take a shot from there now. You can take a shot from here. You guys can move into this tile. You can take a shot as well. There we go. City's health's going down quite nicely now. We do still need to wait for this guy to get in. So these guys are going to have to move over here, and he's going to have to move into that tile as soon as he can. Or we can try and sneak around and go that way, which might not be a terrible idea. Can get him from that direction. So this crossbowman, I think we'll just leave you there. I don't really have an awful lot of use for moving you around. It could be ideal if we do get another barbarian pop down here. Japan are building some units. I don't think Japan are going to be too much of a problem. We've got a decent number of units around, so that is quite good. Let's go and trade with Toronto, because I do like having the extra production and stuff. So let's keep that going. Choose our production, London. We do need to get these archaeological museums going as quickly as we can. So let's go ahead and start working on one of those. Because this is going to be a tourism game. That is the idea. You very annoyingly moved into a tile that I wanted to occupy. So I'm going to have to swap these guys around. Now you do still have movement left. So the question is, can we do enough damage here to take the city? Now I can't actually see your option to attack because that promotion... annoyingly, is stopping it. You can do a ranged attack. I've got to be careful here because I really don't want these guys to take the city. I don't think that they can. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to attack anymore on that turn, and I'm going to... yeah, I think I'm just going to avoid attacking on that turn because I don't want those guys to take the city accidentally. I think we'll have a unit down here just guarding as well. So let's go on to the next turn. Hopefully Toronto won't be able to grab Knossos. Well, this is hardly a surprise, really, is it? I mean, we occupy one of their cities. Technically, it shouldn't say that we occupy one of their cities. I am fairly certain that we did take it in the peace deal, so that may be a bug. You're still not willing to give me Knossos. So I also made a mistake. If you watch the video that I made a video that I've put out previously where I went through and mentioned all of the differences between Civ 5 and Civ 6. And one of the things that I thought was that if you don't get them to cede a city in the peace deal, then you don't get the city. That's not actually true. You still get a city even if they don't cede it. However, it counts as being permanently occupied and never grows. So I'm not too sure why Japan is saying that I occupy one of their cities, because the only city that I have is Kyoto, and Kyoto is not saying that it is occupied. So I don't really know what is going on with that. Unless it's some sort of bug because the other city was burnt down by a city-state, I do not know. We are going to go and get an arena here. I think that'll be very important. Increase the amenities. It'll also reach Knossos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll also reach Newcastle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll reach Phasalos as well. So it'll be worth having that. So units needing orders. So those guys didn't take the city. They have backed off a little bit. Let's go ahead and start putting some damage into the city. We should hopefully have enough damage now to take this. At least that's kind of the plan. We definitely got it down into the red. There we go. Could we take it? We still couldn't take it on this turn. That's unfortunate. So I really hope they don't try and take it now. I I don't think that they can. And I can't really block them. Let's move up here with this guy just to attempt a little bit of a block if we can. But nothing else we can really move in there and do anything with. You guys, we've already got a unit moving down there. We will need a unit to... I mean, London's not too bad because it's all the way up there. But you can move into Newcastle, I suppose. We'll keep that one guarded. We'll go on to the next turn. It would be nice if there was a way to actually say to the AI, don't attack that city. Because this is... I don't want them to take it because they will instantly raise. So they do have a catapult in there now, but that's not going to save them. I think we've definitely got enough damage here now to finish this city off. It's almost down to 0, but let's make sure that it is down to 0. And this is the other problem with the press build. It is just far too easy to beat the game through domination. I mean, it's unfortunate, but it is true at the moment. There's just no challenge to it. The AI has never been particularly good in Civilization at dealing with the warfare. So we do want to keep this city. It has 3,748 districts, apparently. Let's go ahead and keep that. And now we want to attempt peace out. So we want you to cede both of those cities. He's willing to do it. He doesn't have any gold left, so obviously he bought that catapult. We want your luxury there as well. I already have iron. So yeah, let's go for that. And now he's just down to a single city now, wherever that is. But that should sort out some of the amenity problems as well. So we can start building here. Getting the walls would be good, but let's go ahead and get the granary first. It's only 3 turns, it just needs repairing. Our swordsman needs to heal up. Not too sure why it's not giving me the option to do that. Is there another unit in the city? Quite possibly. Yeah, oh, it's a different swordsman. Okay, so you can just... I guess that's the free one we get, because we've just captured a city on another continent. So you get over there to London. You guys, I guess you just fortify now. Don't really have an awful lot of use for these catapults. We can't use that promotion, so let's go on to the next turn. So now we just want to concentrate on trying to churn out culture. Or tourism, at least. And this is another important reason why you do want to have a fair few cities, because it's the more cities you have, the more of those archaeological museums and art museums you can get. We've also got a...
the best romances bloom in the midst of a good siege.
We've also got a great artist, so we need an art museum somewhere as well. Not sure if we're building one anywhere. We are working on an archaeological museum. But yeah, we need at least one art museum, I think. Printing would give us more culture if we can get Forbidden City. And it gives us an extra wildcard policy. I think I'd like to try and get that if we can. Choose production, Newcastle. Don't really need Chichen Itza, so we don't really need the medieval walls. I guess we could go in and try... I did say I want some builders because I do want to improve some tiles. That is true. Let's go and do it because it's a fairly cheap one, and then we'll start working on some more spies. Now, this is the swordsman that definitely needs to heal up, but it's not giving me the option to just tell you to stay still for some random reason. Now I can fortify you. And we do have a builder over here, which is nice. So I guess you should definitely go over here and try and get some food. Volley, I love volley on the crossbowmen. Get them more damage all day long. Another trade route down here. We could trade to Osaka. We'd get some decent gold. We'd get a fair bit more culture as well if we went to Osaka. I really don't think he's going to attack me now. I honestly cannot see it happen. It might happen, but I really don't think it will. Not on Prince. If it was a higher difficulty level, the AI may well try and take his city back, but... Now, here's something that's interesting. We can test this out now, because we know that we ceded both of the Greek cities. So if we go ahead and have a look with Pericles, and if we look at our relationship... Now, this is just saying reasons for current relationship, unknown, unknown, unknown. It is possible that one of the things in there could be that we occupy one of his cities. But if we go ahead and look at Japan... Yeah, we occupy one of their cities -18. There is a -18 with Greece, I believe. So yeah, it could be that there. So, okay, that's fair enough. Now what do we get here? Production towards industrial and modern era melee and ranged units. And units have 50% less combat strength reduction from being injured. I'm not necessarily sure that we need to pick up either of those right now. Although we could go ahead and check our other policies and just see if we've got anything that's a little bit outdated. There is a better version of that, but I don't think we have it yet. Culture science from international trade routes. Well, we are trying to get more of those out. Housing in all cities with at least 3 speciality districts. Although the amenities might be more useful. Gold from envoys. I think that's okay, actually, as it is right now. You get to choose a new civic. I guess we should go for mercantilism just so we can get our unique naval unit. Although that's pretty tempting as well, getting the Bolshoi Theatre. Awards 2 randomly chosen 3 civics when completed. That might be worth trying to pick up if we can. And again, now we've just got a lot of guys that are just basically going to sit down and not do an awful lot for a few turns. Another trade route. Nanmadol, good culture, good gold, a little bit of science. We should definitely keep that one running. And builder, yeah, let's go ahead and build the farm here. I think there are a few... No, nothing pillaged. I think it's just districts. There's a pillaged farm down here next to Kyoto. So we will try and get a builder down there to repair that. And everybody else, I think we need at least 1 unit garrisoned inside the city. So let's go on to the next turn. See, Toronto with it. This is the other thing I've noticed, that the city-states always tend to have a big blanket of troops. But even towards the late game, they still end up just being archers. And now what's going on down here? Who or what are you attacking? I keep seeing you swipe your swords at the end of every turn. It doesn't look like your health is going up. I do not know what you are doing there. Let's get you... We could get plantations on these bananas, but I think getting this farm repaired is probably slightly more important. I'm going to keep my eye on that swordsman. See what happens next time around. Our production here is not fantastic. But let's go ahead and get the monument. It is a fairly small city. I guess you just sort of steady up. Now let's try and keep our eye on this swordsman. We may have difficulty because the camera's going to keep popping around for us, which will be a little bit of a pain. But I just want to see what's going on with him if I can. Because it definitely seems to be performing some sort of action at the end of the turn. Ah, it's just a new unit spawning. Okay, that's fine then. Just wanted to check there. It sounded like something weird was going on. So, Kyoto, you don't have a very good population, so you can't build an awful lot. This building requires an ancient walls building. That's fine, but where is the option to build ancient walls? And we have ancient walls, because I can see them. So, again, that's a little bit of a bug there. Not really an awful lot we can do down here. I guess we could get a builder for 1 turn. Probably already some production put into a builder. We'll start improving some of these tiles. Try and get some production going. Maybe grab the copper. Get that farm repaired. Some stone here within range as well. Also like to get this stone hooked up because it's within range of this city. So Newcastle has finished its builder. Let's go ahead and work on a spy now because we've been constantly told that we should get one. This builder... A couple of farms isn't a terrible idea. So let's go ahead and work on those. Give us some additional housing, give us some additional food. This builder, you're actually going to come over here then and repair that. Repairing doesn't use up a charge. So with that in mind, that other builder that was up here, you are right there. Let's go ahead and get those dyes. That's one of the reasons why we wanted to take Knossos, actually. So we can get those dyes. That'll solve some of our amenity issues. How many spies are we allowed to have right now? We are allowed to have 2. Kyoto. Still not allowing me to build those medieval walls. Definitely a bit of a bug going on there. Theatre Square we've already got. So let's go ahead and get another spy. It's only going to be 9 turns. It's not like we really need to get many or any sort of combat units right now. So just going to concentrate on building up our culture, building up our tourism. We will need an art museum. So we've got another trading route. slim pickings, really. I mean, we could move it and trade from somewhere else. Let's go to Preslav. I don't think we already have one there. It'd be nice if we could go further afield. Surprised we can't reach Brussels, to be honest. But let's go there anyway. I noticed that we've got quite a few Spanish religious units sort of heading in this way, which is a bit of a problem. We don't have our own religion. We don't want Spain I mean, we haven't met Spain yet, you'll notice. We haven't met Spain, but we can see their religious units all over the map. What am I looking for? Religion victory. Unmet player with Catholicism. Well, that's got to be Spain. Only managed to convert 2 so far. So Greece has actually managed to... You see, now Greece has managed to convert themselves and me. Now, I'm happy to run with Greece's... I am happy to run with Greece's religion. Because Greece isn't going to get a religious victory. They're too weak. And as long as I keep Greece's religion, it'll stop anybody else from getting a religious victory. So there is definitely still a reason to purchase religious units. Because you can spread somebody else's religion and still win. Now, getting the art museum would be fantastic, but it's such a long time to build anything down here. We have very little production going on. We could go ahead and get the Royal Navy Dockyard. We're not going to have many district tiles, though, so it's not all that useful. We definitely need to get some improvements going around here. Let's get a temple going. We've already got the holy site, so we may as well. Unit needing orders. I think you guys are literally just going to stay asleep now. You're definitely going to go ahead and get that plantation there. You guys, I think I'd like to get you down here and get this stone connected up first, actually, just to get some extra production going down on that city. You go ahead and grab that second farm. Now, do we have any mercury? Yes, we do. So we don't necessarily need to grab that. And we have 2 copies of... no, we only have 1 copy of mercury. And how many cities have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 cities, so we would benefit from having a second copy of a luxury resource. We can also go ahead and buy this tile down here and get the silk if we really wanted to. But we'll go ahead and do that in another video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Civilization 6. I'll see you on the next video, and until then, goodbye for now.